There you go. Man, that's a big one you got there.
Yeah, big one come out there and got it.
Heck yeah.
No, he missed it. He got it, he got it, he got it. There he is. Oh, it's two of them. I got two of them. Holy cow, look at that. Look at that. You know what of each of them, Jim. Oh, my, look at that. They're both good ones, too. Bring your fish over here. You're bragging about your big fish. Oh. There we go, girl.
I always like that, Jimmy. Hey.
Oh, yeah. We have a really, really strange situation going on today. Boy, that's a good fish. Great way to start right there. Great way to start right there. Oh, a little RC Classic square bill. It's a great fall bait, but we've got a strange situation right now. I don't know what's going to happen today. I don't know what we're going to catch, if we're going to catch anything. Well, I know we're going to catch one. I'm pretty confident of that. But we had some really nice early fall weather come in here, and the water temperature went from above 90 to 78 degrees. That's a nice fish right there. That's a good way to start. Nice 2.5 pound chunk probably. And the water temperature went from above 90 down to 78 degrees, 78 degrees. And the fish got extremely active. I mean, you know, they started moving in. We thought the fall feed was on. What happens in the fall of the year is the bass will move in and they feed up in the fall because a lot of the fish don't eat much in the wintertime. Now, bass don't hibernate, but they get to where, particularly big fish, they might only eat something like once every 3 or 4 days. And so you really don't have much of an opportunity to catch big fish in the wintertime unless you put the bait right on their nose from a feeding standpoint. Now, you can catch them, you know, where they'll do a reaction strike or something like that in the winter, not nearly as much as when the water's warmer. But they move in and they start feeding, and they have what we call the fall feed. Normally that's on shad and bluegill, baby bass. They eat anything they can catch, to be honest with you. Oh, there's a fish, there's a fish, there's a fish. Come here, baby. Ooh, that's a pretty nice little fish too. Not a giant, but it's a pretty nice fish. That little square bill. Got a little cloud cover, man, that helped. It's hot out here, I mean burning hot, but one of the things, oh, look at that fish, that's a nice one. One of the things about these high humidity days, if you get a little cloud cover, getting the shade a little bit, it makes a huge difference. Come here, baby doll. Oh, yeah, what I'm talking about. This is a little RC3 crankbait that I'm using. I need to lay my needle nose up on my cooler. That way they're nice and handy there. What they might ought to do is put some needle nose holders on the side of these. Well, you could have your cooler there and you'd be able to keep your needle nose and your scissors and your cutters and everything. That's a bass about the same size as that last one I caught. That little RC3 crankbait is a little square bill. I've got kind of I don't know what they call that color, but it's a beautiful, beautiful color, kind of a crawfish, but it's blue and chartreuse. Just about every shad that you see will have blue and chartreuse in them. And if you look at them, then you pull them up and you move them around in the sunshine, they will show off it's a little blue and chartreuse and purple tint. And so that's just a great color. I picked that color for a lot of what I'm using. That's kind of an unusual combination of it. This little crankbait is an RC3. I don't know exactly how deep it runs, but probably, depending on your line size, you're going to be able to get about 4 or 5 feet out of it. It's made for shallow water fishing, but we've got kind of dingy water we're fishing today, so the fish can still see that bait 8 or 10 feet away and they'll come and get it.
This portion of Jimmy Houston Outdoors has been brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Jimmy Houston Outdoors, America's favorite fishing show, is brought to you by Tracker Boats. Call 1-800-TRACKER today. By Mercury Marine. Go boldly. By Soft Science, supreme comfort footwear for the angler. By Shell Rotella, the engine oil that works as hard as you do. And by Super Start Batteries, available exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I got about 20 rods out. I tried a drop shot. I tried a plastic worm. I tried a deep crankbait, deep smoothie. I hadn't had a bite on anything. Look at that. Look at that. Pick that spinnerbait up. Look at that. Look at that. First cast with a spinnerbait. Old camo rod there. Jimmy Houston camo rod. Everybody needs a camo rod. Well, he's not the biggest one of the day. He's the biggest one I've had in the last 3 hours. He's the only one I've had in the last 3 hours. Ha 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 ha. Spinnerbait bass, by golly. Wonder what Jimmy's going to do from now till dark. I swear it's been 3 hours since I had a bite, and I've tried bait after bait after bait after bait. Pick that spinnerbait, throw it out there, and I didn't crank it. I almost saw it coming through the air almost. I cranked it like 5 cranks. I know those bass probably when that water temperature's got up hot, and it's raised, like I said, it was down to 78, now it's up to 86. It's come up that much. God, looky, there's another one. Holy cow, Jimmy. This game's easy to play. Holy cow. Holy cow. All I had to do was pick my spinnerbait up. That's a nice fish. Oh, yeah, it's a nice bass. Oh, yeah, look at, oh, come in this boat with me. Woo-hoo. Look at that one. Oh, yeah, that is the biggest one of the day. That is the biggest one of the day right there. Ah, that is the biggest bass of the day. Look at that fish. That is a dandy. I've made about 5 casts with this spinnerbait, and I swear, I went 3 or 4 hours without a fish, and I picked that spinnerbait up. I made about 5 casts with it. And I don't know. Look at that. Is that nice or what? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to catch any more or not, but that baby hit it right up on top of the water. Right on top of the water. Looky there. Looky there. Looky there. Looky there. Another big one. Golly, looky there. This is as good as that last one, I believe. Maybe bigger. Maybe bigger. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice fish. That's a good fish right there. Holy cow. Oh, goodness. That's the best one right there. That's the biggest one of the day right there. Look at that. Look at that, sports fans. That Jimmy Houston legend spinnerbait in his mouth. Look at that fish, will you? Will you look at that fish? That's a 5-pound bass. That's a 5-pound bass. Hey, you know, we learn this all the time when we tournament fish. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? We learn this all the time when we tournament fish. That, you know, they're always catching them. Fish are always biting. People are always catching them. And I have just been, the last 3 or 4 hours, and it's so hot out here. You know, I mean, it's like, it's really, really hot. And it just got, you know, no bites. I went to drop shots. I went to a big worm. I went to a small worm. Tried a deep crankbait. Kept picking up my little RC3 and throwing it. I picked up that spinnerbait. I have not made 10 throws with that spinnerbait. Have not made 10 throws with it. And have had 3 bass grab it. I'm going to ease back over in that area right over there. It might be the spot. There might just be a wad of them in that area. I don't know. Oh, it's a bluegill hitting it. I like to have a heart attack. Gee whiz. Is that amazing or is that amazing? Pick your spinnerbait up and fish it, Jimmy. That fish bit me. Is my lip bleeding? Huh? That bleeding? Huh? That bleeding? Blood. I taste blood. You have to watch those 5-pound girls. I can taste the blood. I know it's bleeding. That's some sharp teeth.
This portion of Jimmy Houston Outdoors is brought to you by Power Pole Shallow Water Anchor. Jimmy's Look Back is brought to you by Tracker Boats. Call 1-800-TRACKER today.
There is really a fish in there. Boy, he ate that worm. He absolutely ate it. Doggone it, I've got him down hooked real deep. Oh, I hate to hook them that deep. I'm gonna try to do a little surgery here. keep from hurting the fish if I can. I hate that. There I was talking when I should have been jerking. Golly. Back in there and grow up, little feller. I'll tell you what, I really hate to hook one that deep. Come here, baby. Oh, that feels pretty good. I don't know if I got grass or a lot of bass or what. Whoa, man, he's strong. Golly. Oh, yeah, look at that farm pond bass. Whoa, yeah. Yeah, looky there. Golly. Hold him, Trilene. Hold him. Listen to that line on that duck grass. Woo, yeah. Come here, sugar. Oh, yeah. Now look at that farm pond bass. Now that is what it's all about right there. Now there is lots and lots and lots and lots of fish in a farm pond that's that size. Good lands, if I just had some green beans or black-eyed peas. I got the meat, I got the salad. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, and I hooked him deep. Jimmy. I've been spraying that with Pro Formula, and of course that manipulator worm, it's got 454 on it. So you got taste, and oh, he'll be all right. Wow. Look at that. Now that's a pretty farm pond bass right there. And there is millions and millions of bass in the farm ponds all around the United States that's that size. Woo!
Jimmy's Look Back has been brought to you by Tracker Boats.
Another big one come off that log right there. There's a log, underwater log. I didn't even see it till I got right up here by it. He said, come over, he come right out of that. See that log under the water there? Come, oh, now he's trying to get back in the log. Don't get back in the log. Another big one too. Another big one. Now, those are maybe the 4 biggest fish I've caught. Look how fat that fish is. Look at that fish. Holy cow, look at that fish. He's huge. Look at the belly on that booger. He must have swallowed a 2-pound fish or something. Oh, he's got a big crawfish tail sticking out. No, a bit whiskers sticking out. He's got whiskers. He must have 3 or 4 big old crawfish in him. Look at that guy. Look at his belly. His belly bigger than Bill Dance's. Don't you bite me. Yeah, you got a little blood on your lips now. From me. Oh, man, that's the 4 best fish I've caught all day. I've caught right here in the last 10 minutes. Absolutely incredible. There's a log laying right there under the water. I couldn't even see the log until I got right up close by it. I just moved my rod over and brought the spinnerbait by it, and he jumped out there and grabbed it. Right close by the boat. I mean, he come up there and dominoed on that thing. I would just about said about an hour ago, they're just not biting. They're just not biting. Well, they were biting. I was in the wrong spot. Mostly, I was throwing the wrong bait. The legend spinnerbait strikes again. There's another one. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a big one. I gotta get him out of that tree. I got him. Holy cow. I just kept pressure on him when he got it. Coming up. Ah, it's another big one. It's another big one. Ah, goodness. Look at the size of that fish. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Oh, get this boat. Oh, goodness sakes. Another dandy. Another dandy. Look at that fish. Wow. Goodness. I've caught a 5-fish limit that weigh quite a bit. I don't know how much. I didn't weigh them. In the last 10 minutes. In the last 10 minutes on that spinnerbait. That's a pretty nice fish right there. My spinnerbait. Oh, there's another one come up. Another one come up and tried to hit that blade. There's a smaller one. I saw another one come up and try to hit that blade right there. Oh, nice chunk. Nice chunk. Look at the belly on that thing. Man, these fish have been so fat for September. Those things haven't fed for the spring yet, so they're really, really fat. They've been eating a lot of shad and crawfish and everything else. That's right where I caught that one a minute ago, right off that log. I replaced it, and there's another one in there too, because I saw another one. That stump right there is where I caught one a little bit earlier. I'm just kind of doubling back where I caught all those so fast. Those 5 in about 10 minutes or something. I don't know. What about that stump there? Did I throw by it? That's a good one there. That's a good one. Oh, this is the inside of the creek channel right here. This is that creek I was talking about. It's not near as big as I thought he was. He's pretty nice, though. Nothing wrong with him at all. Boy, he swallowed that spinnerbait. Look at him, belly on that guy. That's actually 3 fish I've caught right there. I caught that one earlier, and then I caught that one off that stump there. That's 3 that's come off those 2 stumps. That's a good one there. That's a good one. Oh, this is the inside of the creek channel right here. This is that creek I was talking about. It's not near as big as I thought he was. He's pretty nice, though. Nothing wrong with him at all. Boy, he swallowed that spinnerbait. Look at him, belly on that guy. That's actually 3 fish I've caught right there. I caught that one earlier, and then I caught that one off that stump there. That's 3 that's come off those 2 stumps. Did you see that strike? Holy moly. That's a big one, too. It's a big one. Holy cow, what a strike. Oh, he's trying to pull me out of the lake. Holy cow. What a strike. Oh, that's the biggest one of the day. I'm going to get down there and get this fish. Come here, baby. I don't think I want to swing this one. I don't think I want to swing this fish. Oh, the sun's below the mountain. He's in the grass. He got in the grass. Oh, he's out of the grass. Oh, there's the big fish of the day right there. There's the big fish of the day. That's a good one right there. Well over 5 pounds. Probably pretty close to 6, really big, healthy fish. I mean, that is absolutely a dandy. What a day we've had out here. It's just about dark. We've had just an outstanding day. Caught them on that RC3 square bill crankbait. Caught them pretty good this morning and hit a period of, I'm talking hours. I'm talking hours when we couldn't get a bite. And then we get down here late in the evening in the last little bit. I've caught, I don't know, I think 8 or 10 fish. I think 8 or 10 fish.
Jimmy Houston Outdoors is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. By High Seas, when the money's on the line. By Jackson Kayak, Advantage Fisherman. By Orion Coolers, never lose your cool. And by Lucky Strike, where preparation and opportunity collide. Houston's Helpful Hints is brought to you by Jimmy Houston High-Tech Performance Fishing Rods.
Well, what do you do when you can't catch them? What do you do when what you're catching them on early in the morning quits working and you just can't catch them? Well, by golly, you keep trying. That's the most important thing. The other thing that I really believe is that try big baits, try little baits, try different depths, try different speeds. But the key thing you want to do when you get in trouble is go back to your strong suit. If your strong suit happens to be a plastic worm, go back to a plastic worm. If your strong suit happens to be a crankbait, go back to a crankbait. If your strong suit happens to be a spinnerbait, go back to a spinnerbait. A spinnerbait is one of those kind of baits that you can fish all kind of different depths, all different times of the year. It doesn't matter. Spring, winter, fall, summer, Easter, Indian summer, 4th of July, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can fish a spinnerbait, but think about your strong suit in fishing. And when it gets really, really tough, go to your strong suit. Here's the other thing you want to do is go to the heaviest possible cover you can find that's near deep water. And if you know of an area where two things come together, you know, where a creek runs into a ditch or two ditches come together or two rivers come together, if you know of anything like that where you have some deep water structure that comes up into heavy cover up in shallow water structure, go search out those kind of areas because they almost always will have fish and eventually they will bite. The other thing is, the best tip of all in bass fishing, go early, stay late. Go early, stay late. Mama, don't start the stakes. I'm still fishing.
Well, it's late in the day and the sun's getting low. Caught me a big one, but I let him go. I sure had fun just watching him stretch my line.